सो हेलो गाइस। हमारा वीक 2 पे पहली क्लास स्टार्ट हो चुकी है आज। तो जल्दी जल्दी अपने दोस्तों को बुला लो ताकि हम अपना ये क्लास फुल स्टैक का स्टार्ट कर सकें। सो बाय द वे, माय नेम इज अक्षम, आई एम योर फुल स्टैक कोड लीड। सो बी रेडी फॉर टुडेज क्लास। एंड जो भी तुम्हारे दोस्त हैं डिस्कॉर्ड पे या फिर व्हाट्सएप पे, इन सबको बोलो लाइव स्टार्ट हो चुकी है, जल्दी जल्दी पढ़ने आना। और बाकी अगर किसी को कोई डाउट है तो नीचे लाइव कमेंट सेशन है, उसमें तुम भेज सकते हो, मैं पढ़ लूंगा एंड देन उसके बाद हम बात कर सकते हैं। एंड फॉर नाउ आई विल नाउ प्रेजेंट द साइट, मतलब पीपीटी ऑफ युद्धमी। देखना एक बार। कौन काम है? Okay, so our club name is Udyami and we are organizing Build with Udyami cohort. ये बेसिकली ऑनलाइन कोहॉर्ट है जिसके अंदर सारे डोमेन्स लाइक फुल स्टैक, साइबर सिक्योरिटी एंड आपका AIML, ये सब इंक्लूड होगा। 4 वीक का रहेगा। 4 वीक का रहेगा पूरा टोटल कोर्स। तो इसके अंदर यू कैन टेक दिस पार्ट एंड लर्न योर अप स्किल्स एंड लर्निंग्स। एंड ये हमारे उद्यमी की वेबसाइट है, बिल्ड विद उद्यमी की वेबसाइट। आप उसको जाके डैशबोर्ड देख सकते हैं, जहाँ पे डैशबोर्ड पे यू कैन सी योर गैलेक्सीज वगैरह एंड योर एक्सपीज एंड लीडर बोर्ड्स। प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट कर सकते हैं, असाइनमेंट्स दे सकते हैं जो हमारे TAs एंड मैं अप्रूव करूँगा ताकि आप एक अच्छा कमांड कर पाओ। बाकी दिस इज आर ब्रांड स्पॉन्सर ब्रांडिंग पार्टनर ऑस्कोड। ऑस्कोड ने हमको प्रोवाइड किया है लाइक मेंटर जो इस बिल्ड उद्यमी को सक्सेसफुली गाइड कर पा रहे हैं। सो थैंक्स अ लॉट ऑस्कोड फॉर दैट। Oxford is the India's fastest growing developer community for CS, IT and AI students. Around 50,000 से ज़्यादा community members Oxford में वर्ल्ड वाइड से कनेक्टेड हैं। टॉप टीयर मेंटर्स हैं फ्रॉम लाइक गूगल, अमेजोन एंड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, जो आप जैसे बच्चों को लाइक टीचिंग देते हैं, गाइडेंस करते हैं प्रोवाइड, ताकि आप अपने जो भी फील्ड ऑफ एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है उसमें मास्टर कर पाओ। सो या, एंड जो हमारे सर हैं अभिषेक सर, ही हैव अटेंडेड 362 प्लस फ्री इवेंट्स लाइक हैकाथॉन्स, वर्कशॉप्स, एयर बूट कैंप एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट आवर स्कूल। बाकी आपको अगर याद होगा तो गैलेक्सी वॉर्स हुई थी हमारी, संडे को हुई थी इस वीकेंड, लाइक अभी 2 दिन पहले संडे को। तो व्हाट इज़ गैलेक्सी वॉर्स? तो गैलेक्सी वॉर्स बेसिकली आपको एक एक गैलेक्सी प्रोवाइड की जाती है, वो रैंडम होती है। आपका कोई भी गैलेक्सी होती है, आपका पूरे जो गैलेक्सी होता है, इट इज़ बेसिकली योर टीम। आप एक टीम की तरह अपना इंडिविजुअल प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट करते हो एंड जो आपको एक्सपीज मिलते हैं तो वो आपकी गैलेक्सी में कलेक्टिवली टोटल होता है। एंड जो आपकी 4 गैलेक्सीज हैं उसके अंदर टॉप देखा जाता है कि कौन सी गैलेक्सी फर्स्ट आई है, कौन सी सेकंड आई है। तो उसके हिसाब से यू कैन जस्ट कोलैबोरेट इन टीम एंड अपनी गैलेक्सी के टॉप पे ले जा सकते हो। ये हर वीकली होगा और अभी लास्ट को संडे को हुआ था एंड नेक्स्ट आई गेस अराउंड 4 या 5 जुलाई को होगा। तो यू हैव मतलब यू शुड पार्टिसिपेट इन दैट ताकि आप अपनी टीम को आगे लेके जा पाओ। और इसका बेनिफिट क्या होगा? तो इसका बेनिफिट है रिवॉर्ड्स, गैलेक्सी रिवॉर्ड्स। इसके अंदर जो टॉप 5 पीपल हैं जो ज़्यादा कंट्रीब्यूट करके अपनी गैलेक्सी को टॉप पोजीशन पे लेके आए हैं, तो जो टॉप 5 हैं गैलेक्सी के, वो उनको सोशल मीडिया पे शॉर्ट आउट्स मिलेगा लाइक ऑन लिंक्डइन, इंस्टाग्राम और एनी अदर सोशल्स। तो उन सबको टैग किया जाएगा एंड उनका फेस एंड पूरी डिटेल्स और उनका गिटहब भी, ताकि बाकी लोग उनका गिटहब देख के, उनके प्रोजेक्ट्स देख के इंस्पायर हो सके एंड ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इनकरेज करें एंड अपने भी प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाएं। बाकी ये आपका अटेंडेंस कोड है, बी, कैपिटल में BWU_000, 4 टाइम्स 0 है। तो जिसको अपना अटेंडेंस कोड चाहिए वो यहाँ से ले लीजिए। और बिल्ड विद युद्धमी की जो डैशबोर्ड है, उसके अंदर अटेंडेंस सेक्शन होगा। आप वहाँ पे जाके इसको पेस्ट करेंगे तो आपको 50 एक्सपी एज अटेंडेंस कोड ही मिल जाएगी। बाकी कोड भी मैं आपको सेशन के एंड में प्रोवाइड करूँगा, तो आपको पूरा सेशन देखना पड़ेगा। कोड ए के लिए अभी मिल गया, कोड बी के लिए एंड तक। एंड दिस इज आवर मेंटर अभिषेक जायसवाल सर। ही इज SD2 इन हैशडिंग बाय डिलाइट। एंड बाकी तो आप लोग इनसे फेमिलियर होंगे, लाइक his expertise in web technologies, backend systems, clouds, and etc. etc. So yeah, बाकी इनके नीचे दो socials है, Instagram and LinkedIn. You can just scan the QR code and connect with him. He is very good and supportive. तो आपको कोई भी डाउट हो या फिर कोई भी गाइडेंस चाहिए हो, you can freely ask him. बाकी yeah, that's all from my side. मैं आपको अटेंडेंस कोड भी से बाद में दूंगा from now. आपके जो मेंटर है अभिषेक सर, he will start teaching you and will take over.
My network, just give me a minute. Yeah, I'm audible, guys.
Yes sir.
Yeah, thanks, Isha. So yeah, I'll just quickly share my screen. Yeah, hi everyone. Uh, I'll just quickly share my screen and then we can start with today's session. I hope my screen is visible to you guys. Uh, I'll just zoom in a bit. Yeah. So before starting with today's session, I'll just wanted to give a brief about what we have covered in the previous sessions. So one of the thing is like we have covered the basics of HTML, basics of CSS, and the JavaScript. Along with that, we have covered the starting of React and few more things into that. Now, I hope you guys had access these uh, repo what I have shared in the previous sessions. Yeah, this has your React code as well and your previous sessions code. I've also posted, the React UI which we were about to make, and I showed to you what was the end goal we had. So yeah, this is you can just go and just check on this site. So this is a dev hub. You can just clone this repo and just try to explore more. I'll just give you one more brief about this. Uh, just give me a minute, guys. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I'll quickly cover this thing. So this is a dev hub thing, and let me just go here. I'll just quickly brief you about what all the things we have made, and also we'll try to run this. Okay. So okay, yeah. Yeah. So this is what we thought of making as an end goal, and the same thing I have shared with you guys if remember for the from the previous session. So okay, let it get open. I'll just quickly, yeah. So this is a dev hub thing, and we have a developers section, project section, and the login and register. So developer section will have all the developers listed here, and the project section will have all the projects. Now, if you wanted to check, some projects, we have little tips into that, and you can see what all the technologies we have used. Yeah, what are the technologies we have used, and also the name who has created this section, and the GitHub link. If you want, you can like it or unlike it. It's up to you. As of now, okay, I don't have given any state to this, that's why it's not working. Now I'll go to the project section. If I go here, okay, sorry, it was the project section. This is the Git, developer section. Developer section will have the cards which related to the developer's name. If I go and see the profiles, I can see few information and the projects he has mentioned. Okay, so this is about how we were trying to created this platform, and also you can see here as well as a recent what are the projects recently a developer has created, and same goes for this feature developers. So this has a projects and this has a developers. Now this is about how we thought of developing it, and we came to here. Mm, let me pull this. Yeah, this is what we thought of covering. And yeah, so here all the section we have showed, I have showed to you guys in the last session. Now you still can improve few more things based on what you think. Okay, this could be the color changes, and some feature wise you can just explore and just do it. I mean, based on your own creativity. Now, few things. These are the things I have not connected with backend. If I just show you, yeah. So if I show you here, mostly all the things I have created as a mock data. Now, all the information as of now, it's a mock, and we will be connecting all the things once we are done with our node side, or once we are ready with our backend. Now, one more thing I just wanted to show, tell you guys, I haven't used any centralized state, and the reason being is like, see, you guys are starting with React, and I feel like, at a time, if you guys have only, start with some basic stuff, that would be great. Otherwise, centralized state like Redux and all these are the, itself, they are very complex kind of thing, and they are very tough if you are very new. So I have created a context because this is something we need. And the similar way, if you feel like, okay, I need some more information, you can create some more context. So this is like somewhere, your app has the state. Once your app restart, all the state will be gone. And yeah, this is somewhere using local storage. So let me just go you. These are the pages and the components. Components I've created like button, nav bar, and the cards you have seen in the UI screen, and project card. So this is a simple way I have created. You, like I mentioned yesterday, last session, you can create some atomic structure. Based on that, you can follow. Or you feel like, okay, I need to just go like a normal component, and this kind of folder, you can just go ahead. Now this is services for API, and if I just go here, see, this is a something very central thing, and here our page comes into picture. Now if I just show you here in API services, sorry, context one, yeah. So this is auth provider, and if I just show you where is the auth provider here, see, this is the one. So this auth provider is like wrapping all the things into itself, and passing, we are passing the children. Children is nothing but all the components under this. These are the children's. Everything is children under this auth provider. And yeah, so here we are utilizing the states and utilizing if we have the token. If we don't have, we are just creating few more things. And if not, we are just simply passing. Now this is the auth context provider, which is like one of the provider, and you can pass all the information what you wanted to access for. These are the, I mean, children. So if you wanted to give access, some of the access to these children, you can do it. This browser router is like once you go on to the main page, and if you try to just backtrack, or I mean just click on back button, or forward it, I mean these kind of stuff, this will take care. So if I go here and if I try to click back, it will come on this page. So this is how I mean this is what the work of browser router. Now navbar routes is simply like you can put path name and element will be something which will be rendering on the screen, and based on that path. For now it's a home screen, and like that we have created a lot more things. Now there's a few things as a protected route. Last session also I've mentioned this is protected route something. So if I just go here, yeah, so this is the basic information we are checking here. Okay, so this is called as wrapping. So if you are wrapping something under protected route, that means the request will come, and JavaScript first access these kind of, I mean this function, and then later go in this function based on the condition. Now if protected routes we are checking, it's like from use auth. Okay, let me just give you one more thing. In context also we have this use auth. Yeah, so this is a use auth, and this has I mean this is again kind of a hook we are using, which is use context, and we are storing all the information. Now if you wanted to use anything from this auth context, we can just call this use auth, and this will provide us few more inbuilt things where I was trying. Okay, yeah, protected route. Okay, and then we are checking user and login, all the things we are returning from this use auth. And if we are loading a screen, we are just showing the loading screen. If not, we are just checking if user is user should be having that access. If yes, then I mean we are giving based on role, we are just changing it. If not, we are again asking user to log in, because the user is not logging, we will not be able to show that. Now this is a role comes into picture. This role has this one. Okay, where it is, yeah, this protected route and role. Now if you just go again into protected routes, we are asking for the role as well. If you will not provide it, I mean you can just this condition will be false and will not be able to access it. Now okay, this is like if you wanted to put some admin, customer, or student, or anything, you can put any role, and based on that you can put again the condition as well. Now this user.role also have the condition, which is like if you see in API.js, this has a mock, and yeah, this is a developer, and then this is, there will be some admin as well, yeah, like this. Okay, so this is about like how front end is working, and once our backend is ready, we'll replace all the mocks with the actual data. Now one more thing I would suggest you guys, if you are starting with the React application, and once you're starting with your React application and you're trying to build something, try to do one thing. Like if you're creating some form, if you're creating something, and at the end of the component, just try to fetch all the information using some console log or something. Once you click on that, it should be having all the information in your inspect mode. The reason I'm asking you to do is, see, in this way, okay, if you put some console log on click functions, you will be having all the information into this. The reason being I'm asking you guys to do it. See, initially it will be hard, for you to just put all the things in that sequence wise. So once you do with console log, eventually all the things will happen based on the button click, or on click something, or on hover something. So in this way, you will have all the information in your button, and all the details within that. And let's say if you wanted to integrate something, if you wanted to initiate something, some request, so in that way you have to just create another function in another file. I mean, just basic stuff for now. If you're starting, yeah, some basic stuff is like you can create some other function into another file and just you have to call it. And state and all these will be, I mean, let it be. You can manually handle it, but this is something, okay, people feel like it's very difficult to get the information. Like if I've created some form, okay, let's assume I've created this login form, and I have entered all the information. Now I don't know how to access this information into the sign in button. So I'll just keep few variables. Okay, one of the important thing is for me, last time I have mentioned, or you can use your local state to get all the information. And once you click on sign in, you will have the information in your button. Now on the button, you can put again a API call that on click, you call the API endpoint and you are ready to go. So that's a basic thing you can start with. Later on, you can still improve a lot more things. So this is about React. Again, you can just go and just clone the repo, try to just understand the code. If not, just try to build this UI at least by your own, and then I mean, have the comparison. Okay, what all the things I have used, where you are facing issues, and all these things. And later on, you can ask the questions again. So yeah, this is about React thing. Let me just try to give you more brief about the backend. Also, just one more thing. I'll just share you the architecture as well, what we will be making. Yeah, so this is kind of a structure we'll be following now, from now. So we'll be having all our requests coming from our client side, and client side is some, I mean, front end side, and we'll try to have the request handy with middleware routing and these kind of things. And we'll be having the endpoints. I have also shared the endpoints here so that it will be easy for you guys to make the endpoint from your own. And we have these many things. I've also mentioned controllers. I mean, here as of now, I've mentioned the mock file, but yeah, we will be eventually connecting with DB, which is a MongoDB. Now, I mean, you can still explore. I have given the endpoints as well. So we'll try to cover all the things. Okay. And I mean, I will not be able to cover everything into this session, but yeah, I just, once we are done with this node session, I just want you guys to have a practice about these things. I'll just pushing these things after the end of the session. Now, coming back to Node.js. Yeah, one more thing. In this week, we'll be trying to cover Node.js. After Node.js, we'll try to explore the MongoDB part and how we can, connect the Mongo with the Node.js. Along with that, we'll try to just see if the authentication and authorization part we'll be able to cover in the Mongo session. And we'll try to see if the integration is also possible in that Mongo session. And if not, we'll try to cover in the last sessions. Also, I'll keep the last session for the Q&A. So if you guys have any doubt, any kind of issues, you can just have your questions and we'll, just sort it out. We'll see. Now, before that, I'll just give you one more thing. This is a this is a preview diagram. Close this. This also. This is something it will be. Yeah, I hope it's visible for you guys. This is something I have made based on the things we are going to make into our this a Node.js section, and this is more focus on what we are building, the Dev Hub. So, I mean, you can just go through these, architecture diagram, just see how you will be able to access and how you will be able to, just create the endpoints. This will help you a lot if you will try to do into your system by your own, because this is something step by step things are divided. So if you are done with one step, you can just go on another step, you can just go on the third step, and so on. So this will be like, if you wanted to make it by your own, this will also help. The same thing I have also mentioned for the integration part. This is again endpoint and routing layer. We'll just come on that. Now the integration parts also we have mentioned. Okay, I'll just give me a minute. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, we can also just see how you can integrate. I'll just add few more things, how and what endpoints you can use. If not, you can also just see here. We have a lot more endpoints. Yeah, like here also we have given endpoint. So I mean, you can do it. That should not be an issue. Like I mentioned, I mean, integration is like something we can wait, but before that you guys have to make the APIs which will be working, and you can just test via Postman. Okay, so this is about the projects overview and the API which we'll be going to make. Now let me just pull one more thing, and this is something we'll be covering in today's session. Okay, before that, let me go. I don't need, but yeah, for now, I'll be fine. But yeah. So starting with the setup, but before that, let me just give you an introduction about a node. Okay, what is node and how we can and why we are more focused on this. Do we have any other way to make the APIs in JavaScript? And I mean, these kind of questions for sure you will be having. So okay, let's skip this part. Let's understand what is node, runtime, and non-blocking thing. So JavaScript, like again I mentioned in the previous session, it's a single-threaded architecture. I mean, Node is also single-threaded architecture, but JavaScript is like we have a single-threaded system. So I mean, we can't run on multiple things. So we have a few ways, like I mentioned in the previous sessions. We have callbacks, we have sync await and promises. With the help of that, we try to make this Node.js as work as multi-threaded, and we try to execute multiple things at the same time. Now coming on the non-blocking events, so majorly Node.js, it has an input and output like a reading file. Okay, it's like a from DB it's reading something. So like Node.js is mostly famous for the API and all. So it does not pause execution and to wait for the result. I mean, it delegates the task to the operating system and like to the kernel, and move it to the next line. Okay, next line of the code. So I mean, this is simple way of like how we did for promises. So mostly it will just give your all the information to the operating system like that. If you are running on the some server, it will be kernel or something like that, and then it will just move on the next set of line, like how we do in promises. So that is how we tackle for non-blocking thing. Now Node.js is again, it's not a programming language or a framework. It's a like a JavaScript runtime, environment, and mostly it runs on Chrome's V8 engine. And like I said, it allows you to run the JavaScript code on the server side. So many people think like Node.js is like a framework. It's not a framework. It's just kind of a runtime environment. Framework is you can consider. I mean, Express is also not much of framework. It's like a package we have. So yeah, I mean, you can differentiate about the framework and the packages based on like uh, what are the inbuilt things framework has is like they will have their own feature, then they have their own set of commands, they have their own set of components. So these are the things you can easily have a differentiation between them. So let's not move into that, and just be more focused on this. So event driven is like Node.js runs on a event loop. So think as an endless while loop. So if I just show you here, okay, so this is like a event loop, and event is always listening to the stack or call stack. So assume there is a bucket, and here all the things are coming, so it's checking every time, do we have something into that? If not, let's go and execute the things, and then just go back and check the stack again. If we have timers, let's wait for them into that bucket again. We'll keep it into into that bucket, and let's pick the next set of tasks. Assume that timers has got executed. Let's pick again it and just process it, and just pop it out from the stack. So this is like how event driven architecture, and this is how we run the APIs on the code in the JavaScript side and the Node side. Now, let's. This is about the basics of. Okay, before that, let me cover the Express. Okay, what is Express and why we need it? Okay, Express assume all the node operation or the API what you think, or assume wherever you have seen the Node.js. Okay, it's nothing but a complete of Express.js. Express.js is like a module and package kind of thing, and in which we have everything. So like assume like this one. Okay, so this is like to step by step create server and everything. This is like we are asking our module to give me the Express.js, which is like we are trying to fetch from node modules, and we are just putting into the constant variable. Now after getting into the variable, we are just trying to initiate it, or what we can say, configure something into one of the value, and within that we will try to execute all the things. Now see, this has a initiation of Express. Now if I try to use it, this is as express.json app.use. Now what it does, you have request and response in your API. So whenever you go into some site and you just try to inspect any of the page, you will have a lot more requests and response coming, and it will come and it will go. So to format it into the JSON format, we use express.json. This is something to make it to use of it. We will be able to use it. If we'll not use it, assume if you know a bit of Node.js, you will be having request.body something, some value. So you will be not able to access it, or it will be hard for you to access it. So this is something use of this one. I'll come these things into. I'll just come after this. So this is about this line. Okay. And now, okay, this is routing middleware. Let me cover routing and middleware on the way. Okay, I'll try to just finish this one. So app.get is like something. This is app again. We have initiated this and we have initialized this. Now based on that, we'll be using. So app. So we before that we have a methods. Okay, assume we have get, post, put, delete. So these are the basic standard methods. We have again patch is also one of the method, and there's a few more. Okay. Now get is something you can easily guess by the words. Get is something to get the response, to take the response. So it's like it's a one-way call. So user has requested something, and you can pass a lot more information into that. There are, okay, let me just show. We have somewhere as Mm, let me let request. I'll just share a few more things to you guys. You guys can able to see. This is the one. I'll just share into the chat. So this is again a site where you can, just see what all the things you can have it in the method way and how you can utilize it. Okay, we have a get method. Post method is something if you wanted to create something in your API, you can have it, and this will in the post you can send the body. In the get response, in the get side, you will not be able to send the body. So post has this advantage. Now put is something if you have already created, you can just update it. Put or patch. There's also difference between put and patch. You can just try to just search it. Now delete is something you can just go and delete if you wanted to delete something. This also doesn't have uh, you know long body or something. You still can use it by ID or query params. Okay. Now get in the get also you can use the query params, and you can put some pagination. These kind of things will be having all the things. Now the same way we have a app.get and request and response. This is like a two variable. So one is to access all the information what user is sending. This is a helper value or variable you can assume. So if some user or client, here user means client is sending something, you can access those information from request side. And in the response side, if you wanted to send some information to the client side, you can use this response, and you can send any piece of information. Like here we are sending response.json messages hello API. This JSON is something we wanted this to be look like as a JSON format. Now, here comes this app.listen. App.listen is something, okay, I'm running my server with the port number this. Now you can able to access it. Now, this is something, if we'll try to execute our command, front end, we can still put some port. Here also we can put some port. So this is about how we create the Node.js first file, and let me just create with few more things. Okay, this is. I hope you guys have downloaded all the. Oh, sorry, Node. Let me just. So if you haven't downloaded Node, you can just go here, just. You can just go for any other version, but yeah, it will be likely unstable. So try to just go for LTS only. Okay. Now, until you'll not install this, you'll not be able to work with Node.js or React.js. Now, let me try to. Okay, I'll do as dev hub API. And there is one more thing. Okay. So there's one more thing. This is npm int y, and we also do with npm init. So let me do with int. So what's the difference between these two? So one is like you are, initially also only keeping, okay, I'm agreeing to all the things. Y means yes, you can assume. So Y means yes, like I'm ready to do all the things, all the modification you wanted to do it. and just try to install the package in normal way. Now, if I try to do, it will ask me, okay, uh, what all the things, okay, the package name here. If I am trying to, if I'll try to change, I can change. If not, I can just put it like this. Version, I'm fine. Description, if you want, you can put it. Entry point is index.js. If you want, you can put server.js or main.js. Anything is fine. Now, test command, you can put anything. If not, you can leave it. If you try to enter, it will just leave it. GitHub repository, keywords, authors, I mean, license if you have. If not, that's fine. So this is something a skeleton we have made. Okay. Now, if you see here, this is how we have the node.js. Okay, let me try to create, since we have defined as index.js, I'll just create index.js. Okay, now if I try to run console.log, hi. Okay, now if I run node index.js, okay, let me just see here. npm run. Let me just declare one of the node is like simply running the one of the file. Now, if I wanted to run for, let me just kind of a server, I'll just put node index.js. Now, if I try to do npm run dev or npm start, we'll be having hi here. Now, I want one more thing. I'll just I want this file to be run again and again, and just monitor if I have changed something. So for that, I will install one of the package, which is the nodemon. Nodemon will actually eventually track my all the things. Okay. Now, one more thing here. There's a if you see your React app. Okay, let it be session. There will be two things. Okay, one is dependency and another thing is dev dependency. Okay, now let's discuss what is the difference between dependency and dev dependency. Let me just go here. I guess yes. So, oh yeah, right. So what is the difference between dependency and dev dependency? See, dependencies is something which you need to run your application, and dev dependencies are also kind of same. Now, the major difference is dependencies you need every time you need to run the application, and in the production server as well. Production server is like, I want these kind of dependency which is mandatory, and I need these kind of dependency. Now, if you are running something in local, and if you are checking few things, you can just try to put in dev dependency. Dev dependency is something which will not be having or included into the while you're running into your production server. So this is a major difference in dependency and dev dependency. These questions will, we have a lot more things into the interviews around discussion around this. And if you have mentioned few things like you are working with Node or React, this question comes into picture. Dev dependencies and dependencies, package.json, package log.json. So these are the major questions you can expect. So yeah, so now if I go here, since in my production server, I'll not be changing in the code side. The changes, whatever I'll be making, that will be under, DBs and under, some cloud DBs or cloud infra. I'll be not changing anything into the code side. So I don't need to run the server again and again. So if my server starts running, that's good. I don't need that server to monitor my changes and run it again. So since the node mon is actually to monitor and watch your changes, and based on that it will rerun your server. So we'll be keeping the node mon into the dev dependency. Now npm run. Okay, am I executing? Let me so what it is. Okay, saved it. Let me just it is like capital S, capital D. Okay, capital D it is. And why I'm not able to run this? Oh, fine. npm install nodemon minus T. Yeah. So this will install my dependency into the dev dependency. Okay, yeah, dev dependency, which is nodemon. Now I have, based on this, I have to modify my server as well. So let me just do, and let me put it as dev here and nodemon index.js. This is fine. If I try to run npm run dev, I'll be able to watch everything. So nodemon index.js, I'll be having the hi messages here. Yeah, this is hi, which is this one. Now if I change something, see again, without rerunning, I'm able to access this information. So this is something nodemon is providing. Now let me start with just keep this as it is. Okay. I'll just try to install for now. Let me just try to put one terminal. Okay, npm I express. This is fine. I'll be having few, boilerplate code. Let me just do it from here. Let me pull some code from here. Okay. See, server is running on localhost 3000. If I try to access Hello API. Now, why I'm getting this? Because of this one. Now, if I try to put test, and let me just see, cannot get. Now, if I try to do test, this Hello API. Now, get is the one of the things, like if you have not done for, if you have not did protection of route, you will be able to access in your browser also. So this is something you can have the access in your browser, but yeah, the scenario is like that route is not protected. So now post and put and delete method, that is not which you will not be able to access. For that we need we use the postman, or if you wanted to use again, because one day one of the you guys said, one of your friends said ki, is VS Code is enough to use everything, since I'm using everything in VS Code. Is it like mermaid, TLD diagram, or this is a readme.md. If you wanted to use HTTP request, we'll be having one more. Where it is, I have not installed. Content link, something. Yes, yeah. So this is something you can still use in your VS Code, and still let me just show you. This is localhost 3000, and then we have a test endpoint. See, LLPA. Still, we are in VS Code. So instead of Postman, you can still run into the VS Code. So yeah, this is about how we can create a simple normal API. Okay. Now, I will just give you one more information. Let me move in this documentation. So, like front end, we have in backend also few kind of architecture. Okay. Okay. Before that, we have parameters and queries. Okay, fine. Let me just go before that routes. Okay. What is routes and what are the routing? So there is a different methods. Okay, different ways to write your Node.js. So if you see here, the only thing you need is index.js and package.js JSON, because this is something you need for very starting of the things. All the things, it's on you how you are modifying, how you are capable of utilizing those Node.js, and that's why many people and many beginner is like first choice of learning backend technologies. Even I had the same. If you go and just try to explore some other uh, framework like Spring, I have a pretty good knowledge of Spring as well. So if you go for Spring and Flask, or Python frameworks, you have Fast API and all. We have a lot more codes. I guess Python doesn't have. I have never worked Python, but yeah, Java. So majorly we have, uh, uh, you know, a lot more boilerplate codes. You have to modify a lot more things and configuration. So if you are very new to the backend, and if you are you want to just start it very soon, I mean, so Node will be like your easy to go things. This is like I mentioned, one file, two file, the only two files you need. And after that, it's on your creativity, how you wanted to do it. I can create a controller again. I can create the routes folder. So, and model if you wanted to create. So if you wanted to create the services, so these are the things you can utilize. You can just go and just give a read about it. Okay, just give me, I'll just create for you guys so that you can just try to explore different methods of what it is HTTP. So there's one more thing. I'll just ask. There was a recent interview, and one of my friend asked this question. Okay, I'll just put into the methods of the methods of HTTP. And let me remember what it was. It was like you guys will see every time, and it will be hard for to observe. Okay, this is also method. This is also one of the method, you can say. Let me just give you this much thing. Okay, you can try to explore, and this is one of them. Another one is what is the use of controller. Right. Then routes you will be easy to, I mean, it's easy to guess. Now then again, one is the services and model. Also we have one more thing, which is ORM. This will come later into the picture. This is like something if you are dealing with uh, SQL, mostly people use in SQL, but there are few ways and there are few things you can use for NoSQL as well. But yeah, people often use for SQL. So yeah, if you want it, you can explore this as well. I'll just add a few more things here. What are the things I just want you guys to explore? Okay, now coming back to this side. Mm, yeah. So yeah, we were about to come in route. So like routes, we have a controller and we have a lot more other folders format. So it's on you how you want it your code to be modular. So modular is something it's not only you to understand. It's like everyone should be able to understand. And if some new user is coming, he should be able to trace it back from your route till the DB. Okay, what function, why it's used for, what is the purpose of it, and I mean it should not be having any issue on that. Okay, let me one more give you one more thing. It could be you. Okay. Now, if I'll remember any more information, any more keywords I'll be putting into this, you can just go and try to explore. So yeah, let's coming back to the router side. Now, this is something like Express. We can import. Let me just try to do in router new file. I'll put as users user.route.js. This is we have a route, and based on that, we'll be having this dummy data and delete options. Let's just try to put it here, and this is something we'll be going back to the index.js. So if I try to remove this, and if I try to keep it here, I'll be not able to access because I have user.route.js. Yeah, I'm able to access it. Okay, this is something, I mean, I'm not able to, I'm not interacting as of now with DB, so I'm keeping this user as a piece of information. This is something we are getting from database. Let's assume this is something we are getting from the database, and we are trying to access few more things. Now, this is like the HTTP methods we'll be using. This is the get, and based on that, this is like we have, okay, we had here as yeah, parameters and query string. So this is something we are using as a parameters, and we'll be having let me just see. I'll be giving you, okay, let me just give you in this way, like this, and I'll put it here as a, what can I say? It's like, let me put an ID and this. So this is like a Express has already been declared. Which function? User route.js. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. Okay, we are having this issue. Unexpected pushing 130. No. Okay, let me put it as test and let me see. Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry, guys. I'll just come into that. later on. Just give me a minute. Why it's again an error? This is something we should not keep here. It's like calling the API. To call the API, that is the way. But yeah, my bad. Sorry. So fine. Let me just give you this one, and then let's try to just explore the query pattern parameters. Okay, I'll just put it a reminder that we have to do. Fine. So let me try to access these variables. Now, if I go from here, from my index file, see, we are running our server on 3000 port. Now, all the, like I mentioned, you can just put it here. You can put the routes in the way you want. Assume all users have user route. I mean, or you are keeping all the user route into one separate section. You can keep it here. Again, there's a one more layer also you can make it. So here, if I make index.js, index.route.js, I'll be keeping all the like this, index.route.js. Now, if I'll just go here, copy, paste. This is again, I'll be just copy paste. This is fine. App.use, and then we'll be mostly exporting this function or exporting. Okay, just one more thing. I need this also. And instead of this, I'll be putting router. Yeah, like this. And if I try to utilize it here, app.use, app.use, and this will be like this. And here I'll be, where's my index.route? This works perfectly. Now, what is the issue? Okay, sorry, my bad. I'll keep as routes. This is fine. Now, if I try to just go, this is where I am. Now, this is the imports. Now, all the user routes I'll be keeping here. Now, within that, I'll be able to access these routes. Now, again, this is one more thing. Here, I'm making this in again a route. I can still differentiate. I can put some function. I can put this into controller. We'll come later on that. Now, from the user, I'm able to access. Now, let me just try to check from here. It's users. See, I'm using users. Now, here I'm having get with only one slash. With this slash, I'll be able to access this information. Now, if I'll put in some value like slash, okay, /1, see, I'm getting for Alice. See, if for 2, this is for Bob. Now, if I want you to show console.log, now let me just try to put, or let me just do one thing. Let me show you what is coming into this request.param, and this I'll make it as request. This is not something, this is aliasing. If I wanted to put my name, I'll be able to do it. This is variable name. So like aliasing on what response you wanted to do. If it's the, I mean, you wanted to do in object wise, like dot with dot operations, you can do. If you wanted to put like complete, you don't need this aliasing. So I'll just put it as request.params. Let me see what all the information I'm having. Okay. See, this is request. We have an object. This is a prototype. If you wanted to see, we have a ways to show that. Now, this is the ID. This is what we need. This is the ID. Okay. Now, I just told you guys, we also need restrict query. Now, like I mentioned, now if I try to put it like ascending, or assume I'm putting as question mark role to admin. See, this is our query param. So with the question mark after that, like I have mentioned as admin, I'm just getting this as a query param. Now, if I just wanted to do it for, let's put name. Okay. Instead of this, I'll be putting as name. Where did I get name? Okay, fine. This I'll be putting as name. With the name, I'll be putting as Alice. Now, this is like you can have a, case sensitive. So you should be, always be careful to use it. Now, this is, I'll put user with the param. And this is user with the query. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, this is parseInt. Let me not do it. Let me just do it with query with, instead of ID, I'll be putting as name. Now, if my UID means, sorry, uname is matches with my name, I'll be having this information. Okay. Let me just try to do console for both the things. Console.log query params and user params and user query. Fine. Let me do it for this way. See, we got both the information. Now, let me just show you. See. Okay. So the reason why we are getting this one is because this is the first value. If we change with query, I hope you guys are aware of how OR function works. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, this is Alice. So it's like you, if this condition is true, we'll be able to get the response, will not go on this one. In case of AND, will be, checking both the condition. So that's why we are able to see only the first one. This is one. Now, yeah, fine. Now let me just give you this as well. If I try to remove this, this is requested parents. I don't want ID. Yeah, this is for Alice. Okay. Now, if I want it for Bob, this is for Bob. Now, if I try to do for Bob, I'll be not able to find, because this is something case sensitive. Since my name is in capital case starting with capital B, that's why I'm not able to find it. Okay. We can again put some two-string lowercase here also. If email is not, if name is not something you are worried about the sensitivity, you can still put here two-string, the two lowercase, and we'll be able to compare. Now, this is all about query params and query. This is params and query thing. How we use. Okay, just give me a minute. Yeah, how we use the query string and params. So where to use, that's one of the major question. Params is something like if you wanted to fetch using ID, if you wanted to delete with ID, these kind of things, you can pass it in your params. That should not be an issue. Now, coming back to your user query, you can put it like if you are putting pagination, if you are having, ascending order, descending order, this is some kind of a filter. So instead of putting into, params, you can use the user query. And since the reason is like because sometimes we don't need we sometimes we need user params is like something we have to here show like this should come as a id and then we'll be able to access. And that's why we need to we are very bind, okay, every time in this request I have to send this information. And that's why our user params is recommended only for the important variables, not for everything, because sorting filter and pagination, this is something it could be optional. If you wanted to have all the information in one go, you can just have it. If not, you can just put the optional parameters. Okay, now okay, this is more about query strings and parameters. Okay, let me just move and jump to another section, or let me just do one more thing. I'll just show you how, with the help of controller, since see, here all the information I'm keeping into this level or this side. Okay, you still can just go one more level, new file. We have user.controller.js. After this, you can create either service or either model. I mean, just check what is the difference between them, and I mean you are, yeah, good to go. Now let me just go for controller. I'll just keep user information like this. This is my user controller. Okay, and I'll just create user get by ID, get all users. Fine. As of now, I'll just keep this as my user. Okay. Now I have get all user. Just simply I'll leave this, get all users. And how will I import? I'll be having, I'll do one thing. I'll be, since this has all the modules, this I have exported all the modules in one go. If not, if you wanted to, do it one by one, you can just comment this one. You can put export const like here, and then you will be able to access this information here. So if you wanted to import, either you can put like this and get all users. Yeah, so all the things will be visible here. Now if I go here, get all users, export. This is export const. If I just try to see what are the functions I have. Yeah, okay, get all users. Let me just show. It's not coming. Get all users by ID. We have only one. Export const. This is commented. Let me just try to. I'll just remove this piece of code. This one, fine. Just give me a minute. I don't know why it's not coming, but yeah, you can do in this way as well. Okay, so this is like one of the function I wanted to export from. Okay, the issue is user.controller. I didn't have that. Let me see. Yeah, now it will be fine. So if you want to just create user is also there. Now, if you wanted to explicit one by one, you can do it. If not, you can just try to import as user controller. And now we'll try to access it by, yeah, this function. Get all users by ID. Now, if I just show you user controllers, now if I try to use git, we'll be having all the methods of what all the things are defined into that function. Okay, now, I mean, instead of writing one by one, you can still write in one go. Just Control Z and uncomment this one. Fine. So till here, I'm good. Let me just do it. Get user by ID, create user. And delete this one. Post. This is about create user. Fine. I'll just remove this for now. You can similar way, you can just create for other functions as well. Bring it up. Fine. Yeah, good till here. Okay, yeah. So this is something like I mentioned at the very starting. This is request and response. Request is something if you wanted to check from the user. Okay, what are the information it's sending? So okay, let me come in the create user. So let me try and just try to hit and just see if we are still able to see the same information or not, because we have changed the folder structure. Okay, this is slash one users localhost 3000. Yes, sir. Fine. Oh, my app was not okay. Fine. Let me see why. So module export control.js update user is not defined, of course. I'll just remove this. Fine. My server is running. Okay. Now if I try to send, yeah, it's still working. Okay. With one, it's Alice. With two, it's Bob. Now, if I wanted to see for every user, it has 1 and 2. Now, if I wanted to check for, and if you wanted to create some user, I need to pass few piece of information. Now, here's one more thing. Okay, just one more thing I would just wanted to show you or ask it. Swagger. It is also one of the things you can explore. You can, just utilize it. This is Swagger is one of the, again, useful tool for developers. This is something, I mean, see, if you are able to just check this one, okay, users, are you able to guess what are the piece of information you want from this one? Okay, let it be. This is very simple. Okay, it's a get request. This is something as a get by ID. This is still fine. You can able to guess it by going into the code level and just see the ID. Now coming back to this post, if you are I mean this post, if I go here, I need this request.body. What request.body has? Name and email. This is still fine with the two values. Assume you have 10 different values, 10 different variable. In that you need to find, okay, I want this kind of set of information to create some user. Now this is very difficult for developer or someone which is who is very new, or a guy who is developing your front end side or client side. Now it's difficult for him to have the information. Okay, what are the things I need to send it to the backend? Now here the Swagger comes into picture. Swagger is like predefined things. If I just show you. See, like this. Uh, we have example. Do we have here? Let me just go back. Swagger editor. Let me just. Yeah, like this. Okay. Now here you can just put schemas or anything like version 2, version 1. You want it to do in HTTP method, HTTPS method. This is authorized. Like if you have some token, you can just pass some value information here and try to do what lot more things. This is like token you have passed. Once you authorized it, now you are able to access all the endpoints. Which is like behind your authorization. Okay. If you wanted to leave it, you can just leave it, and all the information you will be able to see as like open state. This is like if you have some open APIs, you can still able to access. Now, see this is a lock. Okay, now let me just show you. I hope this has. If I just click on authorize, see, I'm able to access only one endpoint. Okay, this is like a very dark one. Zoom for you guys. Okay, yeah. So I'm able to access only one endpoint. Now, if I try, see, I don't need to have prior knowledge about what all the things I have to put it for the user. This is a pet ID. I'll go for try it out. I'll just put for one, execute. I have the information. See, I have all the information. Now, if I'm trying to have, some error and all, I'll be able to access here. No, this is the endpoint. If you wanted to hit from Postman, good. This is a call request. Again, you can hit. IP, I don't know. Clear. There will be an example also, like see, ID and all. I don't know what ID I'll be putting so that I'll get the okay response. But yeah, this is fine. This is like something you can access it. Now, if I try to get order ID or get all the inventory information, see, this is tried out. This is a get endpoint where you need not to pass any value, like we have user one. Okay, so see, this is like 200 response with all the information as a response body. So this is something you can utilize. Just try to explore this again. Now let me just come back here and try to create this. I need my name as alpha, email, okay, @gmail.com. Now this is user again, and let me try to send. See, I got my information created. Now if I try to using get, I'll be able to 1, 2, and alpha. So this is like something I'm able to do so. Now this is again state. Now if I try to restart my server, I'll be losing my all the information. So this is something you can integrate with your DB and try to explore more. The DB is like again you have to replace this with the actual database response, and if not, you can create one. Let me just show you for now. Folder. This is a server, and assume we have API or data, or let me as data. Sorry. And file data.js. We have or let me rename this also. Users.js. I'll do one thing. This is the one of the object, and this has like this. I'll be having some ABC or Alice. Center it XYZ. So like this will I can create as many as users, and I'll treat it as like this is my information of DB. Okay, as of now. Right. And let me just try to import it. Just give me a minute. This GP is equal to, okay, I got it. Now let me just replace with, or else I can use it as a users. This is a user information. If you want, you can, I mean, still use like utilize DB, or else I'll do one thing. This is data. Now this is DB. And if I'll put db.users, I'll be able to access my information. Let me see. Yes, I am. Yeah. So this is like 1, 2, 3. Still, I'm able to access this response. So this is like I'm trying, form it in a way like how DB works. Okay. So here you can put your all the models, all the DB calls, what actual operations they are doing, and a lot more things. Now you can again create utils. So like here, if I just show you, this is my name and email. Now you wanted to check few information. Okay, like before creating, I'm just wanted to make sure that my email is the format of @gmail.com, and assume email should be having some if you are working in some corporate thing, you have email of @microsoft.com. So that microsoft.com has to be there. I mean, these kind of validations you can keep it, and instead of here, you can put it into your utils file, or there's a inbuilt packages of validating. Okay, that also you can utilize it. So yeah, this is how we can do the API calls and all the things. Now let me just summarize few things for you, and we'll jump on another topic. So initially we had index.js. Index.js is nothing, just a simple file where you can mention a lot more information. Also, you can use the course, things. Course is like cross origin. It's like if you are trying to interact, or if your backend is trying to call your, if your front end is trying to call your backend. Now, if you want it, you have to enable that. Okay, from this origin, from this site, I should be able to access my values, or backend is allowing, okay, now only this site has the permission to access my values or data. So these are the things you can define here. I'll just give me a minute. I'll just give you a few more piece of information. Mm. I'll just show you how we can utilize the course, because it's something, or let me just give you one more thing. If you told you about the throttle and rate limiting, let me just show you and give you an example. Mm. I'll just use here. Let me define few more things. Yeah. Either I can put rate limiter in middleware. Let's not jump into middleware. I'll just come on that middleware part, what it is, what we have. Limiter, I'll just define as rate limit. So these are the things. These are the things. Let me just give you a boilerplate to you. So this is something, okay, within this span of 15 minutes, let me convert it to for 1 minute. Within the 1 minute, I'll be able to, have only 100 requests. Let me just do it for 3 requests. After that, what message I wanted to be have it, and then I'm setting some standard headers and legacy. Let me just comment. For now, this will be much. Okay. Let me just use this one for now. Okay. Let's see if my server is running fine. New request. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So max 3. Okay, sorry, my bad. I need this value to be here. Fine. That's okay. Just give me a minute, guys. Just checking why we are having this issue. This should work. Within 1 minute, I want only 3 requests. After that, it will be too many. Okay, what's the issue here? Cannot find my data. Let me do something. As of now, let's focus on this one. Let me comment this. Instead of DB, let's put as users. We have express rate limiters. This is fine. App.use. Yep, too many requests from this IP address. Try again in 15 minutes, or we can have try again in after 2 minutes. That's also fine. So this is like something you can prevent it. So okay, sorry, my server was not started. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is like based on IP address. It will check. So like from the same IP address, if you're trying to do it lot many times, so it's like one buffer request he has. Someone has kept only 5 times. You can do a number of clicks like that. You can prevent it. Okay. Again, if I just show you like course again. So if I give you example, this is how you can use your course. Okay, so origin is like this. Accept this origin. If anyone is trying to access your backend, you will have the error, or you will be say that request is not allowed at course origin or something like that. So like that, you can utilize the same thing. Now, let me just give you one more example for. Okay, so let me just copy this one. Now, one of the again. Okay, let me just do it before this. Throttling was it rate limit. Okay, this again you can just try to explore, but I'll just give you a brief for it. So rate limiting is something your request is completely blocked. Okay, after this you will not be able to request anything. Now, throttling is something your what server does. Server will uh, you know slow down your request so that you should not use lot of resources, and you should not use lot of resources. This will also helpful in, okay, let me just give you helpful in, like, if you are have your cloud setup, and you have given okay enough time, okay, within this enough time I have these many resources and this much of amount I wanted to user to spend, or this much amount of time, or this much resources he has to be able to access. Now on that case you can use the throttling. Let me just give you again an example. So there is a one more package. Let me, you can utilize, you can explore these more things. I mean, see, this is of course no one expecting you to learn this, but this is something if you will put in your resume, if you will say you know these kind of things, it will be having a good impact in your resume and in your development skill as well, because you know these kind of steps, these kind of things are way ahead coming to the industry. So this is something I'll just, about rate limiting, this is about speed limiter or throttling, you can say. No, no, I will not use the same one. I'll just keep it as it is. Let me just create one more thing. This is limiter. Now let me do. Fine. Do I need not to? But yeah, I'm trying. I'll just try to restart. Okay, let it get ready. What will be the expected response? Let me just show you. Okay, it's 15 minutes. Let me just convert in 1 minute. Delay after 5. Okay, that's it. Server didn't got restarted. Now it's fine. See, my request is taking a lot more time. Now let me just increase a bit. I'll just do one more thing. delay hits after 2. I'll increase 10. Fine. Sorry. Okay. Let's do what it is. Why we have this. Yeah. This is delay as it's 15. Let me just do for this one. Okay. Still my just give me a minute. I'll just take 1 minute more. If not, I'll just jump to or fine. Okay. Mm, yep. This is something. Okay. Okay. I'll just say after to request. Just give me a minute. Okay. I'll just say just try to explore this one. Might be I'm missing something. But yeah. I'll just come on some topic which was like very important. Yeah, just fine. Which is the middleware. Okay, so let me just give you a brief about that. What is middleware, and why do we need? Yeah. So a middleware is like with the name, like it is coming in the middle of something. So assume you have this request index.js. Okay. Uh, you have this index.js. Now within that index.js, after this, assume like you wanted to have something. Okay. Before going to the DB, because see, the costliest operation is like DB in your server. So it's like how much savings you wanted to do. It's like how you can prevent the unauthorized or someone who is not require those information. You can prevent it as soon as possible before reaching to the DB. So this is something you can do it. Now this is routes. Okay, assume you have user routes. Now you don't want user routes, or assume this could be admin route as well. Okay, now you don't want to access this admin route by users. Okay, what you can do, you can put a function as check access or something like that. Okay, now what is this check access? For an example, I'll create file here only, or let me just do it, create a folder. Okay, I'll just create new file index.js. I'll just keep it as normal. Create function, export const. We'll have this matter function kind of thing. And okay. Yeah, like this. Now if I put console.log, checking middleware. Fine. Check access, export, route. Where is this? Wants this. Let's require middleware index dot. Fine. Instead of this, since I haven't done default, I'll just keep it as it is. Just remove this. Fine. So I have my function here. Now, if I try to just see users, okay, all the things are done, all the things are working perfectly. No, what is the issue? Unexpected export, export const. Why it is? Mhm. Maybe have just see. This is in dev. Mm, okay, I'll do model of export. Let me just see. Access, I'll just remove. And here I'm good. Okay. Instead of this, I'll just call as middleware. Within that middleware, let me just call dot check access. Okay. Now fine. If it's my server is running, it's good. Yep, it's running. Let me just try to give this request user. So now, see, middleware always comes with few more things. So if you go here in your admin routes, you will see, or user routes it was. I'll just change it. I have changed it to admin routes. Now, if you go here, we are getting request and response. That request is response. You can see here request and response. So request is something again like to communicate the information from client side to the server side, and response is something from server side to the client side, or from backend server to the front end side. Now, there's one more thing is as next. Okay, let me just show you here. So this is next. Okay, this is again something we are getting from Express. This is Express inbuilt feature. So this is what next means. If I'll call this next function, okay, this next function, then it's fine. Okay, let me run without it. See, still it's loading, and why it's loading, why it's into the loading state. Let's see. Since this function, okay, we got it, check access. Now we haven't defined after checking the access what you have to do, because this is nothing here. After this function, after this console, I haven't defined specified this guy. Okay, after this function or after checking this thing, what you have to do. Now, if I try to call this one, save it, fine. See, I'm getting the response as how it was, I mean, how it should be. Okay, 1 and 2. Now, the reason is like this is because of this next function. What this next function does, if I'll go here, I need only user.route. That's it. And middleware. No, I don't need this user.route. I need this index.route and middleware. Fine. See, I came here from my first file, which is index.js. Index.js has mentioned go to this routes. I came here. Now within this routes you have the users. Now to access this user and to go into this API endpoint, you have to see where this API endpoint is. Okay, I checked is the it could be here in middleware access check access. Now middleware check access, what it does, it take this few information, few piece of information, it checks. Here you can check if my request dot token. So all the information, all the token you will be sending from front end side, you will be sending in this side console or cons token. If I see in authorization, So if you have ever worked with APIs and all, auth body basic bearer. See, there's a bearer token. Now there's a basic username and password. None is like you don't need it. There's a auth version 2.0. Now here you can mention your token. Okay, let me just show you. Output terminal. Okay. Soul.log. Let me just see if I'm getting some token on it. Token receive adding bearer. Let me just put something like, yeah, something like this. Okay. So if I just show you here, this is request.header. And if I just, before that, let me just do console.log. Since this will be a lot more thing, that's why just give me a minute. I mean, it will be hard for me also to find now. See, request had a lot more methods. Okay. I just wanted you to just see what are the things you can have it. Now if I just go here, headers. Request.headers. Where is this? Raw header. Within this, we have authorization. Yeah, this one. Okay, this has this token. Okay. So let me just show you one more thing. Okay. One of the thing is, see, you can see the information URL method. Also, if we are getting some params, query, as of now it's null. So like that, we have a lot more methods. So I mean, you can utilize it. Like see here, params we have as a null as of now. We have a body. Okay. Now, okay, fine. Right. Oh, so remember, this body is what we have sent earlier. That's why it is present in my this request. Okay. Now, if I just go, or sorry, if I just go and just remove this, I'll be not able to see the body again. Let me just show you. Body is undefined now. See, so all the things, whatever you will be keeping, you will be able to access here. Okay, within the request. Now it's, I mean, we generally don't use all the information. We have some authorization, some request what body, request what params, headers, query, and these kind of information we generally use it. Okay, now see, if you wanted to access this token, now what will you do after accessing this token? You can access, you can decode the token, you can put a function here. Okay, just decode the token. Okay, once you decode the token, you might get the information as user or logged in. User. This logged in user might contain your roles, and you can check if we have like this login admin. If we have admin, it's I mean, we can let this guy access this one. If not, we can just remove it, or we can just restrict it, or just see return status message access admin. I might get this time. If I just try to access, just give me a minute. I'm not able to access it. Decode token is not defined. Yep, sorry, my bad. Or so this also will have error. So I mean, I'll just wanted to just to know. Okay, these are the things we can do it. So I mean, we will be having the access denied and all. Now, this is something you can just check if the user is logged in or not. Okay, just leave this part as access of admin or not. Okay, just see, this is like user is logged in or not. You can just check. Now, what more information you can check? You can just reset the timing of cookies. You can just reset the timing of bearer token. You can just put this into somewhere, some you are using some cloud DB, where you wanted to keep that session thing. Now, some cache, Redis or something you are using. So you can, just put this value or the token into that piece of code or piece of set. Now, this is about the middleware. Now, middleware within that, this is about check access. You can also do one more thing, which is RBAC, which is role-based access control. Now, you want access to, or I'll put as, I can define roles and everything. Okay. Let me just give you one more authorized role. I'll just copy this one. Where is middleware? New file. Back.js. This is something I have defined. Now, how I will utilize it, I'll just show you guys. So this is somewhere. Okay. You'll understand. Let me just give you this one. After this, I'll just do one thing. This is authorized role. Almost this one is if I just try to access, yeah. So what it does, it just check we have users. Okay. Now we are getting some roles. What roles it could be? We can put admin. Okay. Assume we are putting something. Just give me a minute. I have to change my language. So if I wanted to do for admin and for developers as well, I'll just keep it like this one. I'll just put it as developers. Okay. Now, this particular complete, complete route will be able to access by admin and developers. Now, if you want it, still restrict only this particular route has to be accessed by admin, and then we'll block it. You can just simply have this code from here and here. Just paste it here. This is your role-based access control. I want only developers to access this endpoint. I want just admin to access this endpoint. You can, okay, I don't have, I have not imported there. So yeah, I mean, you can do it. Now, what it does is just check, do we have the users? If yes, now we'll check the roles. The roles which user has. So user has some few, I mean, user in the token will be having some roles. Okay. After decoding the token, user will get, okay. So assume I have created some function, decode function. That decode function will do, take the token and will give me this information. We have email, something, we have name, and assume we have role. This role is associated with the user only, like how we check in this site services API. See, assume this user has logged in. I just saved name, email, and role. This piece of information I have saved into, I have created a token with this information and I have decoded with the token. Now, once I, encoded in the token. Once I decode this token, I'll be getting name, email, and role. This role is associated with the user. Now, I want user to access if, see, so if you have mentioned here, okay, here. Let me remove. If you have mentioned here that only admin need to be access this endpoint, and if that user who has logged in has admin role associated with it, then only he'll be able to access. If not, see, forbidden insufficient permission. Similar way you can just do for developers and for normal person or candidate also. If you wanted to give for candidate, you can just do candidate. If you will leave, everyone will have access for this one. So this is about how the rollback comes into picture. Now, These are the things are called as middleware. It's like in the middle of some request, you are blocking, you are just doing some stuff by your own, and then you are checking few set of information. If it's correct as per your requirement, it's well and good. If not, you will just remove that guy, or you will restrict that access. Now this is the next function. Next function, what it does, okay, let me just see. In users, I call this one. If I'm able to successfully call everything, I'll be okay, yeah. If I'm able to call everything as successfully, I'll be going to the next. Next is what? Authorizes. This authorize, if I'm able to call everything as successfully, I'll be going into the next function. Now this next function will go here. Next is like go to the next function. This admin routes. Admin routes, I'll be able to access everything. Okay. So this is how the work of middleware is. Okay. Now I was supposed to be cover about JWT and everything, but I'm lacking behind time. I'll just quickly share few information. See, here also I've mentioned few information. You can just go through. This is one of the way to check. You can just try to explore. This is the authentication durability. I have created some boilerplate code. You can just try to explore by your own. This is JWT and this is auth.js. You can just try again. If you will feel like, okay, there is some issue, you can just ping me. You can just reach out to me. Just try to put some question on Discord or any one of your leads. So okay, and try to explore. I'll be anyhow pushing my this backend complete endpoints, which is like end to end, into this GitHub by end of the day today. So you can just try to clone that repo and try to explore that as well. I guess, yeah, I'm running out of time. If you guys have any question, I'll be having 5 more minutes. I'll be able to take questions. If not, we can wind up the session. Let's see. I'll just share resources, few more. I'll pushing all the things into this GitHub, okay? Just let me. Yep. Saksham, can you check if anyone has any question? If not.
No, sir. Till now, no question.
Okay. Okay, guys. Then just let me know what all the things I can cover. If you feel like I need to put some more content or some more path, just feel free to reach out to Saksham or me, anyone, and just let me know if you guys some need more information, more context or anything. If not, I'll just try to put all the APIs and working APIs into this one, and that will be again with the JSON. But yeah, next session we'll try to cover it with the MongoDB, and we'll see how we can connect MongoDB, how we can create the collections using our code side. And let's see if we can cover some validation and token thing. I'll just see because that might take few more minutes, but yeah, I'll just see if I can cover. So yeah, that's it from my side today. Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Saksham. Thank you, Akshay.
Thank you so much, sir.